figures I buy never comes with a Figma bag. I wonder why.
Because they're fake.
You're fake. It might be true, but you're fake.
It's true. That's how you can get all your girls back. Just buy all the fake ones.
You know, I was thinking about that. So much.
Get like the fake Sidon. You get the fake Ryuko. I don't know if Roman Ram have a bootleg.
Yeah, they do.
I know you can get Sailor Moon. I know you can get Sailor Moon stuff as a bootleg.
Oh yeah, and they're like the Ram and Rams like $4 or $5 for the bootlegs too.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I were you. Let's get all fake stuff. Let's have a bootleg collection. Be different. Oh, what the fuck is that?
It's the new Sonic movie mask for Halloween.
Scared.
I feel like we. Oh my god, they're $20.
I don't know if I want to spend $20. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh come on, we gotta buy it. We can review this thing. This monstrosity. It's beautiful. Oh, you can see him. Never mind.
I know, right? He can use a urinal. Might cut that joke. Listen to Branches Look at the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Ernest.
And today I'll be going over the
Empty box. Yeah, is that Steve?
Fastest review ever. You're welcome.
Oh, sweet. I gotta go home. I'm tired.
All right. Is the Figma Max Factory special figure of 114 SSSS Gridman, the Primal Fighter version.
Oh, here you go. I'm done playing with him.
Got him flexing.
Yep.
But anyways, if you guys didn't know, this is from the anime SSSS Gridman, which is based off of the original Gridman series, which is a Ultraman show. Ultraman-ish show.
Which is not bad.
Yeah, no, I always really liked it. Also, if you were around in the 90s stateside, it would have been Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad for us kids.
Yeah. The SSS.
Well, yeah, which is actually what the SSSS is Superhuman, which is one word, Samurai Cyber Squad. Because cyber they spell with an S. For reasons.
Don't ask why.
Yeah, I guess it's cool for them. But decided to get this figure because really loved the anime and loved me some Figmas. So thought this would be a good purchase. That and the other Good Smile figure that I purchased kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. So I tried to right it by buying another Good Smile figure.
I don't think it'll work that way.
Yeah, so I don't think that's usually how logic dictates. But I can honestly say I've never bought a Figma that I've been disappointed with. Sometimes there's things about it I wish it came with more stuff or something, but never usually like thoroughly upset. So, still pretty excited to be getting this. I do have to try to find, there's another exclusive version of this guy, which is the pretty much first scene Gridman, where you first see him.
Yeah.
Where he's like in the blue coloring. That's the one I got to keep an eye out for. Grid Knight should be coming here hopefully soon. Anyways, he's on his way. But anyways, we're just going to get into it. So without further ado, we'll go over the packaging and then Mr. Gridman here. But for it, it's this basic white and gray, which is kind of weird. You think it would be more of like the reds and the blues maybe, to kind of coincide with the Gridman coloring, which I guess he has white and gray on him.
I don't kind of get it, but
yeah, it's like the off colors. But then again, like the size of the package, this stands out a lot better though. So I kind of understand. At the top of the package, you just get another pose. Back of the package shows him in more dynamic poses, his accessories, and some stuff I can't understand. Some legal mumbo jumbo, more Gridman on the bottom. But anyways, since we already got him opened up out of his cardboard prison, let's get into it. Now that we got Gridman opened up out of his cardboard prison, first we'll go over his accessories, starting with his hands, which he comes with a pair of clenched fists for rocking and socking some kaijus. Then he comes with a pair of gripping hands for the grid caliber. And, well, I don't... two, I guess? Well, you could double fist it. Sounds wrong. Ernest?
Oh.
You're supposed to have a witty joke when I mentioned that.
Steve,
I had no backup.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Should be. Do you want me to redo the joke?
No, the joke is this figure. Why would you get this thing?
Because Gridman's awesome.
Nah, no, I'll give you that. It is pretty cool.
Man.
You know, it would have been just cheaper if you showed him this. See?
Not cheaper, quicker. It's going to cost the same no matter what.
No, it would have been cheaper on their end. They don't have to sit through all the ads that plays while you talk about hands.
You know, just for that, I'm going to put 20 ads on this video, one every minute. Kidding. Then he comes with a pair of expanding finger hands for pretty much dynamic poses like so. Grabbing kaijus.
Doing something.
Yeah. And then how you get the hands on, if you guys are interested, well, actually, once you remove them, you just pop them off. You just go straight out from the forearm. When going into the forearm, literally the exact same thing. You just make sure the peg's straight, push it down, good to go. It's actually super, super simple on this guy. Then he comes with the Orb Caliber, which, trademark sword, which this part actually can come off too.
Oh,
sadly, can't expand to make the axe portion.
Oh, that's kind of stupid.
But the main reason this pops off, I'll go over that in a second, is you can actually swap out the blade. But detailed very nicely, you get the nice metallic gold for the blade here. A little bit of emerald green for the gem on the blade. Handle's done in a matte black, same with the sectioning of the armor plating. Front of the guard, I guess you would call it for this, or like the axe blades. Nice metallic silver, a little bit of blue, some yellow in the little creases there. Nice little hilt there. Some, looks about the same green. Because there's more gold around there, it kind of looks like a brighter green, but this also slides apart. So when you want to put it in his hands, you just slide up from the bottom. Which is actually
gets dropped on the floor.
Pretty convenient until I did that. Like I said, the peg goes on pretty easy, so just be forewarned. But here he is with the sword, and then if you want to swap out the blades, what you do, and actually I'm just gonna pop his hand back off, is you pull this out, which this just pegs in right here at the base of the hilt. And you just slide up with the blade, pull it out. Then you go back into the sword. You just want to put the peg on the top section, slide it down.
Don't break it.
Then you got your caliber with the extended blade at the top. Then you just peg that bad boy back in. Good to go. Now I will say that this blade definitely has a lot more weight to it than the other one.
It'll wear down the joints if he holds it.
This one I might recommend having him hold it with both. If you're going to.
Or you can put it on his shoulder like you just had.
Yeah, just kind of have it like this and just make him look more like a badass, if you will.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I feel like this blade's definitely meant for two hands and not just one. That, or definitely have him with the Figma stand, which he comes with. The Figma stand, which if you've never put one of these together, the bigger peg goes in the hole in the base, smaller peg goes into your figure. Comes with this extra little peg for helping with dynamic poses, or some figures it's almost a necessity to use this peg, especially it's for figures with like long hair. You're primarily going to be using that. But if you want to insert it, it goes, I'm pretty sure, right into his, yeah, you just...
Oh, my behind hurts, Steven. I don't even know why.
You just jam that in there.
Oh.
Boom. Good to go. I was like... I wonder where the peg holes. I'm like, oh, there's a screw hole there. Oh my god.
Those guys are monsters.
Poor Gridman. I will say it stays in there nice. Gridman is a tight fit.
So wrong.
Kinda. But anyways. Then finally, Gridman has a Figma bag to store all of your extra parts in if you don't want to keep the boxes.
But how come when I bought my Figmas, I never got a Figma bag, Steve?
Well, when you buy an authentic Figma, you get this and not a Ziploc bag.
You shut up.
For the rest of the Gridman's details, looks actually pretty freaking fantastic. For the head sculpt, it's got a nice metallic silver. Got a little bit of yellow, well, I guess gold. It's more gold. For the front of the brow, you got a little bit of emerald green for the center jewel. Eyes are pretty much the same. Actually, those are more of a yellow. Kind of like the indicator on the front of his chest here. Then you get a little bit of reds for the neck, back of the head. Bit more of the reds there too. Has the trademark Gridman crest here. Pretty much, it's a little bit different than the original Gridman. It's like noticeable enough in the face. That, and he also has the gigantic shoulder pads like you saw in the original Gridman.
Yeah.
And then, which are also detailed very nicely as well. But you also have the acceptor on the arm here, which is more or less in the same style, but still like pretty hardcore looking. It's got a lot of nice molded details, got the gold going around it.
Oh, he has pretty good details on him.
Like his muscles have armor.
I know. God, can you imagine how actually big it is in there where it bends the armor like that?
Right.
Buff.
Do you feel bad for the kaijus yet?
No.
Like a punch bag? I also like all the panel lining, which you don't see in some figure arts and stuff like that, even in like some Gundam figures. But pretty much like where he needs a panel line, it's mostly there. Like maybe a little bit in the arms, and there would have been kind of nice. But I really like that, especially in the parts you're looking at, it has that really nice shading going on to it. Front of the chest looks nice too. That more of that metallic silver. You get some reds on the sides, some blue coming up around the neck piece here. Back's pretty nice. Got the thrusters back there as well. Sadly, you don't see any of the connector points, so I doubt we're gonna get a accessory set for this guy. If they do decide to make more of the Gridman looks, I would imagine they would be individual figures.
Yeah, I don't think they'll... I mean, it kind of sucks that you got to spend more money on a whole different figure, but...
Yeah, but then again, I kind of like that idea, though, because I don't have to make an option then on which one I want to pose.
Yeah.
Because if I have, like, all of them and they combined, I'm just going to combine them, right?
Yeah.
But if they made each of them individually, then I could pose them individually, which would be cool. So I kind of hope that's the case. For the stomach, though, you get some more of the blue and red armor with a little bit of matte black in the centering there, which is more or less like the undercoating of the armor is all this... well, I guess it's more of like a gunmetal gray. It's really dark gray. But still some really nice panel lining for the armor plating there. You don't really get any of it in the groin region, but you do get some of it on the sides here, on the pretty much sides, and back of his boot he's got all of the panel lining.
It looks so weird.
It's nice though. Like, it kind of like, because he has in the show his fabric is sort of like that.
Do you know why it's so red, Steve?
Because of the...
Because you shoved the god blessed thing up his beehole.
Right? It's his first time, man. I should have been gentle. He's just out of the box. But for the legs, get some more armor plating around the legs here. Knee pads look nice. Get some blue on the back of the calves here. And some Gridman shoes with actual detail on the bottom, which is really nice. It's kind of some interesting soles. Wonder how good those are for actually gripping onto the street with rubble.
He's got to have some kind, you know.
Right? But anyways, for his articulation, head can look about that far. Down about that far. But you can also shift the neck forward and back. A lot. Like, it's almost like an Evangelion at this point. But head can rotate
gotta be a purpose for
all the way around. Because it kind of comes forward. So you get
that doesn't just like...
It doesn't look right, but you get a lot of posability there.
That's not natural.
But you can look straight down at his toes. For the shoulder pads are on their own individual ball joint, so they can shift up and down, forward and back. See with the shoulders can go up about that far, down about that far, rotate forward, rotate back. You can pretty much rotate that all the way around. Also has a hinge here at the shoulder too, so you can bring it forward. So you can easily get them to hold weapons, which is really nice. There, if you want to do some dynamic poses with the acceptor. It took me a second to remember that. Single jointed elbows. Hand can rotate all the way around. Can also move a little bit forward and back. Same with at the elbows. You get a rotation here as well. The chest can go, actually just figure period can go back about that far. Forward about that far. Side to side. Get a rotation at both the chest and the waist. Legs can go outwards that far. These actually shift a little bit, so do be careful, because I can see these breaking off if you're trying to be too forceful. But it does a little bit more flexibility than you would initially think with this.
I wouldn't risk it, honestly.
You also get a rotation out here at the top of the thigh. Also can go in about that far. Pretty decent forward kick. Decent back kick as well. Like, you can get it up there. Definitely can get it up there. And then at the knee, single jointed knee, rotation at the knee, rotation at the foot, and can go up and down as well, and a little bit side to side. And here we have the Figma Gridman compared next to some other SSSS Gridman figures with the, I guess, is it still Good Smiles or Figma? Anyways, it's the Sofubi Gulagilas, and I think I said that right. and the X Plus D4 Real Gridman. And here's some Nendroid figures from SSSS Gridman with Rika and Akane. And here's with the Good Smiles DX Max Gridman and the original Playmates servos from Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. And here's some Figma action figures with Goblin Slayer and Kazuma from Konosuba, who look way too big for the city. And finally, here is with the Ultra Act Gridman and the SH Figure Arts Ultraman, which it's actually not that bad of a scale compared next to the Ultra Act. The figure arts, though, he's definitely a little bigger. So for these final thoughts, I realized that I accidentally deleted them, so you won't hear Arnez's thoughts on this. More or less, he conveyed the same opinions I do, which, personally, for the Figma Gridman, I think this figure is probably the best Gridman figure I've ever gotten so far. Because the only other one I would say is probably the old Ultra Act, but that guy was super, breakable. So I'm definitely glad that this thing clearly doesn't have that problem, because especially after this, you kind of get my thoughts after I've already messed around posing it for these photos. And the figure's great, super articulated, pretty much comes with most everything I could really ask for outside of a beam effect would have been nice, but not necessary, but still would have been kind of cool. It's detailed very nicely and definitely the best Gridman to get from this anime. With me having personally gotten the Good Smile company Gridman, which is weird because the same company, but that thing was an abomination. There's a review on this channel. Well, this thing is awesome. So definitely, if you guys are into the anime or just like your tokusatsu, definitely recommend picking this guy up. What do you guys think? If you guys picked up this figure, what's your favorite version of Gridman? Is Grid Knight just more your things? Please let us know in the comments. We also have a Patreon, Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. If you guys like to keep up to date with the channel or donate, would greatly appreciate it. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.